is the grand reopening of SeaWorld Orlando. The first and most important thing you need to know about visiting SeaWorld Orlando or Busch Gardens Tampa Bay or any of their associated parks is that reservations are required. You need a valid ticket like an annual pass or a day ticket or whatever, some form of entrance, and you need to go on their website and make a reservation for the specific day that you want to attend. I went on the website, found a reservation for reopening day. I was super excited. I also made a reservation for Busch Gardens for a few days from now. I know not all rides are open today, but we'll ride what we can, have a wonderful day, see some friends, and I'll give you some of my tips for visiting SeaWorld Orlando during this time, but also just in general. So let's go have some fun. We've got the news helicopters rolling in. We're parked really far, but here we go. Of course, like most other theme parks and major tourist attractions, masks are required. I've got a bag full of hand sanitizer. If you notice when I'm talking, the mask like gets sucked in when I inhale and then it puffs out when I exhale. I found that issue with most masks. What I like about this one though is that there is a little bit of space, so it's not clinging to my face as much. This is the Vera Bradley mask, and for me, I found this is the most breathable. I also have 2 other masks in my bag, plus a few paper masks, because when my allergies get bad or I'm really having trouble, the paper masks give a little bit of relief. So those are my mask tips for you. Of course, like most other major attractions too, there's temperature checks. There's signs showing what the procedures are, and they actually have temperature check tents, which is kind of cool because it gets you out of that blazing sun. Hello. Thank you. Okay, so it does look like they're changing gloves between each bag, right?
Just if I took somebody's stuff, like
okay.
if I took something specific.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your day here at SeaWorld.
Thank you, I will. We're back. That iconic lighthouse greets us. It's a beautiful blue day, even though it just got a little dark with some clouds, but that is actually nice because it's hot. Check-in was very easy. They are still bag checking, so you go through a metal detector and then they check your bag. But I did see them changing their gloves every once in a while, which made me feel better about that. They've gone digital. No more paper maps, at least for now. You're downloading a digital map. They've got these barriers up too between the lines to get in, and also the social distancing markers on the floor like everybody has. Not everybody's standing on them right now, but I think people are still getting used to it. Pretty smooth process once I got up to the person scanning my papers, but a long process to get in, and I think that's partly because a lot of people did not have their reservation ready. You need to print your reservation and have it ready, as well as your ticket or annual pass. You need to have both ready, and there were a lot of large parties and like, you know, good Hey guys. You can't see, but I'm smiling under the mask. Just ran into some friends. That was so fun. They're gonna go do an animal encounter. Always good to see friends. It just like makes it even better to be back. Okay, we're through all that mess and now we're in, and I'm so happy to be here. Let's go see what we can do. Since my pass has been upgraded, I now have the photo key service, which is like their like photo pass type of a thing. They have photographers here, and they have this really cool welcome back bush mural thing. This is like where the Christmas tree usually is. This is so cool. So I just got my picture taken there. Oh, that's really nice. I don't see coasters running yet, but I do see beautiful waterfalls and those beautiful tracks. Oh yeah. Oh wow, some like fitting epic music. I feel like I'm in a Tim Burton movie. I like it. Good to be back, SeaWorld. Manta's not running, but I'm hoping Mako's running. Newscopters are running. Oh, Mako's running, yes! Oh, that makes me so happy. I found a rest area here in SeaWorld. Like a lot of the other parks are doing, there's an area where you can step away from the traffic, be far away from anyone, and there's no one else in here besides me and Vincent. And take your mask off and breathe. I've been in the park for a very short time and I'm already sweating profusely, but it's Florida. Not everything's open yet, so we're gonna explore a little bit and see what's open. Hopefully we can ride some of our favorites today. And there's a lot of music though, so let's just, you know, do the thing, you know? Let's just, that's how it's done. I always like pause right when you like look, there you go. That's, is that like your dolphin dance?
That was my dolphin dance.
I liked it. Oh, it's upside down.
It's upside down?
Yeah.
Well, it's a sad
It kind of looks cool. Yeah. Vincent approaching the shark encounter like a shark. We are gonna go in here because it's cold and because it's cool.
And it's open.
And it's open. Long before dinosaurs, long before birds, long before humans, there were sharks.
This makes me feel like I'm in the water and I'm like cooler already. You know what I mean? Like my body's cooled down already. Totally, it's 1000% cooler. Yes, there's air conditioning, but also just a break from the sun and the cooling waters. Look at the sun sparkling on the water. Is that the real sun?
I don't know. Maybe it's just lights.
I think it's, yeah, it might be.
Listen,
I don't think that's a real sun.
Don't question my narration, okay?
Yes.
Look at also that one, it's pretty.
I caught that one in
Here we have the beautiful wobbegong, also known as a carpet shark because it blends in with the sandy floor underneath it. Look at how it's camouflaged so exactly with the floor beneath it. It's beautiful. All the touchy and interactive stuff is closed off with barriers right now, understandably. Here we go. The grand finale, the shark tunnel. Oh, and also the ginormous fish tunnel.
Sharks have been on Earth long before dinosaurs.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
Please step on and continue moving forward.
Look at the little eye.
For tiny animals like krill. The cracking open hard-shelled crabs or the specialized flat feet.
Please step on and continue moving forward.
Look at that. Look at that mouth. Look at those teeth. So impressive. Always fun to see the Guy Harvey shark mural after coming out of the shark encounter. That tunnel is so cool to go through and everybody loves it, but I've noticed kids especially love it. Just the wonder in their voices when they're going through is so cool. It's definitely a highlight and I recommend doing the tunnel. But for now, let's try to see if we can find any rides open or maybe something to eat. Oh my gosh. Infinity Falls? Let's check. This is your idea, by the way.
I love Infinity Falls.
I do too, but like, I don't know if I'm ready to get soaked right now, but ready or not, here we come. The music's getting me a little hype. I'm getting a little hype. Is it running yet? I don't see any rafts. We're about to find out. Just walked up to Infinity Falls and they're not open yet. It's a few minutes after noon and we asked, is it open? They said no. We asked, is it gonna open? They said yes. We asked, any idea when? They said, hopefully soon. So we might duck in here and just chillax in the AC for a little while. Vincent ordered empanadas and it made me want empanadas. So we're here in Waterway Grill and I got empanadas and they give you this delicious sauce that goes with it. And I got a little napkin here to take my mask off and put it down. I also got a nice green tea, iced tea. Bon appetit. I got the GoPro out. Got the GoPro out. It's on a wrist strap and we're gonna try this out for the first time on a ride.
We're gonna see, yeah. We can't see ourselves, but we hope it looks good.
Big, big, big line behind us. It looks like we got in at just the right time. Are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Me too.
Double GoPro. Two GoPros over here.
Okay, we're gonna do selfie mode on the GoPro. Oh yeah.
Mask off.
Oh yeah, we can take our masks off because it's a water ride. I should just hold. Woo!
Oh, you know. All right, Jackie. Oh wait.
Here we go.
Who's go? Whoa, 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 whoa. Woo! Oh, we're good. We're good.
Woo! We're on a ride.
Finally, we're on a ride. Oh.
Woo!
Oh, wet!
Oh, you got wet?
Oh, wet!
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Whoa! No! Whoa! Thank goodness I'm wearing sandals. Okay, we're good.
This is the part where you really start to get wet. This is just the start of it.
You have to get wet on this ride, turns out. I might have been a little muggy. I will say though, it is so hot, the sun is shining. Let's do this thing. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh my god. You know what? I feel nice though.
Yeah? My mask is wet, so that'll be fun to put back on.
Sorry I put you on the side.
Yeah, this was your idea. Just remember that.
Whoa!
Just remember that. Oh!
No!
Oh boy! You're on like the raging rapid side.
I know. I hope it looks cool.
It does.
It looks good.
It does. Me, I'm on the like facing the raging rapid side.
Beautiful rainforest behind you at least.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh no. Oh. Ah! Whoa!
Oh, my feet.
Here we go.
Feet are soaked. Look at that.
I like it so white. Oh, I can't that.
Oh,
You're going in backwards.
oh yeah. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, I just got a nice. Oh
Yeah, it's just dripping down your back. Oh, here we go. To the top of Infinity Falls. We go. Wow, look at that view. It looks great. You'll just have to take my word for it. Goodbye, Jackie. Oh, I'm so glad I got that.
Oh my god!
It looks good now. Oh, that was so good.
Was it?
Yeah, it looked good.
My mask is soaked.
Oh, man. Good to be
boy.
back at SeaWorld, baby.
It's good to be back. And yeah, your mask will probably get soaked whether you're wearing it or not on this, so.
Am I wearing this right? Yes, I am. Just got soaked on Infinity Falls. That was so much fun. It's been so long since I've ridden that, and that's my first ride back at SeaWorld. I used the GoPro for that footage, so I inserted that before this, and hopefully it came out a-okay. My mask got soaked on Infinity Falls. You don't have to wear a mask on the actual ride, so I took it off. But whether you hold it in your pocket or your hand or anything, it's gonna get soaked. So I recommend if you go on a water ride where you have to wear your mask in the line to get up to the ride, but take it off for the ride, to bring a little plastic bag or a waterproof bag to put your mask in to hold during the ride. And then when you are done with the ride, your mask will be dry. Me, I didn't do that. My mask was soaked, so thankfully I brought some backups of these paper masks to continue my day. So let's continue. It's now past noon, it's 1:15, and it looks like the past member lounge is open, so I'm gonna go in and check it out. I'll tell you what, I don't drink a lot of soda, but free soda sure tastes good. You can get as many as you want, as much as you want. It's a small cup, but you can refill it as many times as you want. You can mix flavors, you can just sit in here and have water, soda, relax, cool off. And now I feel ready, and so does that kid, to party. We're coming out of Waterway Grill. After riding Infinity Falls, we sat down in the pass holder lounge to cool off and dry off a little, and we are now faced with an ominous cloud of epic proportions. This thing that you can usually play with is all covered. I'm sure it's to keep people from touching it. Anything that's like interactive and that people touch a lot is covered with a tarp. But there's usually like a gator head here you can swivels around and you can play with it, but it's covered. For now, the paddle boats are closed. This is one thing I've never done here and I've wanted to do for a long time. The boats are just sitting there waiting for guests. Don't know when it's going to reopen, but I'd like to do this on a future trip. Let me know if you've done it and if you want to see it, because you're gonna see it. Mako says 35 minutes, but we know it is much longer than that. We can see the line is even further back than it was when it said 60 minutes. And it's because of social distancing, spacing out the line, and also spacing out the ride vehicles, which we totally understand, but we'll come back and ride that another day. I already have my next SeaWorld reservation booked. One of my favorite rides at SeaWorld is Journey to Atlantis, which is not open right now. So hopefully it'll be open soon though again, so we can ride it again. I just walked all the way around the park to come over here and look at the icebreaker track a little bit. As I've mentioned several times in almost any SeaWorld video, Sam and I were able to sign a support column or beam for this upcoming coaster. So that makes me extra excited for it to open. It's still under construction. The opening date surely has been pushed back, but I like to come check on it every time I visit the park, and it's been a while, so there's where it stands right now. Look at the gray clouds though, like it's about to drop. Here's a fun fact about Icebreaker. It's made by the same ride manufacturer as Tigress and Busch Gardens' premier rides. The bright orange color and shape of the track really adds something aesthetically pleasing and functional to this side of the park. Oh look, the fountains are on. Look at those storm clouds. Ooh, I guess because the storm's coming, there's like a lovely wind and it feels amazing. Much needed right now as we're making our way out of the park. You can tell by how dark the water is that a storm's coming, but look at how this side of the sky is just totally blue and beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Let's try to make our way out of this before this guy starts crying. The beautiful Sky Tower is closed, and I knew that beforehand. They did a good job of letting us know what was going to be closed on the website and in email announcements beforehand. But you know, the flag is up there blowing in the wind. It's a beautiful symbol of the park. It's so much fun. I do love going up in there, and we'll go up again once it's reopened. But for now, they're not running tours here at Tower Island. One of the goals of this vlog is to bring you guys along, to make you feel like you're here hanging out with me as we go to attractions and theme parks and cool places and travel. Partly, if you're planning to visit these places, I like to also give like tips and helpful info, but even if you never plan to go to them, I just want you to feel like you're there with me hanging out and having a fun time. But to the end of like providing helpful tips and honest info, oh, you hear that thunder? It's coming, so let me get this out quick. I always want to give an honest and accurate representation of things in these videos. I do tend to look for the positive. People have called me a Pollyanna. I don't take that as an insult because I'm just a positive person and I look for like the silver lining, the upside, the more positive thing. It doesn't mean that I don't notice or ignore negative things. It's like what I focus on. And like your reality is your perception. So like my reality tends to be a little more positive because I focus on that more, but I still see negative things. To that end, I have to be honest and say that today it was a fun day being here, but it could be way better organized. People are not really social distancing. At the opening of Universal, and I've been back several times to Universal without the camera just to have fun and hang out, it is so organized. People social distance. You can tell the park is not filled up. The ordering food situation at Universal could use some work, but all in all, Universal's doing an amazing job. Disney Springs too. Feels great, it feels safe, it feels like they're doing everything they can do. Here, I can tell they're trying, but there's no one enforcing social distancing. The people in front of me are like too close, even no matter how far I try to stay back. The people behind me are like right on top of me. So I'm not complaining, but I just do want to be honest, and I think a few things that could help and that would be helpful would be just more people that work here out and about, helping people, answering questions, helping to gently guide people to stand on the markers and back away from other people, and like just helping with social distancing. Like a social distancing squad or something needs to be part of staffing here. This is all new to everyone and this is all temporary, so maybe it's all a moot point, but it's, you know, it's when you look at what's wrong, you want to look at how you can fix it. So I don't know, just helpful suggestions from me. I think just more staffing and more people helping people to social distance, more hand sanitizing stations that you do not have to touch around the park. So there's these pumps, but they're not automatic. I think that would help a lot. So that's my honest assessment of like what was maybe not as great about today and what could be done better as the park moves forward. I love SeaWorld, I love this park, I love being here. I tell everyone about what a great park it is, and I just think that there's room for improvement with the social distancing and hand sanitizing and just basically keeping things safer for guests. I think, you know, it's reopening day, so there's room to improve. Just take that for what it's worth. Hopefully it continues to get better. I have a reservation again for next week, so I'll come back and see how much, hopefully, things have improved. Maybe it was just really crowded today too, so that made it a little harder. It feels really crowded, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it doesn't feel that reduced of capacity. Anyway, there's a storm coming, so let's go. All in all, it was a great day here at SeaWorld. It is great to be back. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me on today's adventure. I will see you for the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, stay dry